Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown on the MHRT Network. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments along with yours in the chat. I am your host, Bronco Bill. All right, guys, as you can tell, I'm not in my normal spot. I'm at my brother-in-law's house, about 45 minutes to an hour south of where I live. And that's why the show is on a Saturday instead of a Friday. Just no way I could get set up after work and everything, being here to try and get things set up. So that wouldn't happen. That didn't happen. I have a very special guest tonight, guys. Very special guest, and I want to bring him on right now. Everybody, please welcome Eric Qualls, a huge, huge Broncos fan. You guys think I'm crazy? This guy is off the charts. Eric, welcome, man. So glad to have you, buddy.
What's up, Bill? Thanks for having me, brother. Been too long.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Eric, hey, do me a favor and let everybody out there that's watching, whether they're in the chat or they're just, wherever they may be, tell us how you became a Bronco fan.
I was born in Denver, 1977, St. Luke's Hospital. Entire family, both sides. Mom had 11 brothers and sisters. Dad only had 3. Every single one of them, every single cousin, all Broncos fans. Die hard.
Nice. So what part of Colorado?
I grew up just outside of Aurora in Montbello, but I only lived there till I was 7. And my dad transferred out to LA, and I grew up actually just south of LA in Torrance, California. So.
Nice. It's a little bit northwest of where I'm at. A little bit north.
Yeah.
Actually, you're out here now too, so you're out in the area where I live too. So it's all good, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, do me a favor. All right, dude, you got to show that.
Yeah.
You got to show that. But look at that, guys. Look at that. The old school D with the new logo just tattooed right around it, man. That is freaking sweet, Eric.
And this is the original one. You'll see lots of copies on the internet, but that's the original one, I promise.
Nice. When you rolled up on the at the golf course where I work, and I saw that tattoo, I said, "Okay, dude, we got to talk."
Yeah, you got it real excited.
Got to talk. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right, let's go to the chat, see who might be in there. My brother-in-law Rudy Torres says, "Hello, Bronco fans." There you go. He lives in Vegas. So
nice.
Said, "Damn, welcome, sir, from Las Vegas, Nevada." There you go. So see, you got some friends already out there, man. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So topics are tonight. We're going to dive into obviously the predictions, which is going to be the main topic. But before we get to that, there are some key players. Let me get off of this real quick. I hit the comment. We got some key players that have left Denver. So let me bring that screen up for everybody can see. So down below, we got ex-Broncos that the Denver Broncos will be facing this year. And I know I'm going to leave somebody out, Eric, so I know you'll fill me in.
Yeah, 15 of them, actually.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons goes to the Atlanta Falcons. Before we get into anybody else, did you see that coming?
I had no idea. I didn't see Justin not signing with the team 5 minutes after we dropped him.
And so you and I both agree there had to be something internal.
I think so. I think, honestly, I think we were joking about it. After thinking about it and looking at the staff, I think it had something to do with bringing Vance Joseph back and maybe some of the comments that Simmons had on his way out, possibly. And then maybe they just didn't want to play together. Yeah,
very well could be. Samaje Perine goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's going to hurt us. We play them twice. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one right there. Goal line, so stopping that man, he's a tank, but we have 3 tanks. So, what are you going to do? You got younger legs. You got McLaughlin who can catch the ball. Javonte, who's, faster, younger. And then, dude, Audric Estime, man, I can't wait to see this kid play. He just runs people over like they're not in front of him.
So who do you think gets the number 1 nod? Is it still Williams?
I think it's Williams. Well, it's his job to lose. Let's put it that way, and I think it's a short leash. He's gonna be down, maybe first, second down plays, any pass plays. Obviously, I think McLaughlin's gonna be the guy. Down and short is where it's gonna get interesting later on in the season. I think Jamal goes out or Javonte goes out at all, or gets slows down at all. I think Audric is next man up for sure.
All right, then we got Demontre Jacobs goes to New England. Now, I didn't really think that was a big deal. No. Jerry Jeudy to Cleveland.
Yeah,
that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
Possibly, man. I mean, if you do fantasy and you follow fantasy, the fantasy gods and the gurus don't really, have Jeudy anywhere on any boards. So I don't think they're expecting too much from him. There's a lot of stuff going on in Cleveland too. We'll see what kind of quarterback Watson's going to be. If he's going to come back and eventually be that guy again, or is he just down to get massages more often than play football?
You went down that road, dude. But hey, it's legit. It's legit. Yeah. How about this one? And these guys are on the practice squad, but I don't see them being on a practice squad long. Tim Patrick. To me, that stings. That stings.
Yeah, that hurt.
And he goes to Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to hurt us, I think
we don't play Detroit, but
yeah. I mean, we got some big body receivers coming in, and I mean, if you have to choose between, young legs, old legs, especially legs that have been, injured on the practice field, which I truly believe it was our practice field that was beat up, and that's why he was getting hurt, because Penner obviously came in and agreed because, spent millions and millions and millions of dollars to redo our practice field. And he cited all the injuries, So losing Tim Patrick was tough. I think he was a leader, but re-signing Sutton, I think, maybe sealed his fate along with, the young big body receivers that we brought in.
All right, I got to bring this up. Madungus Creevy, the owner of the MHRT Network, he says Ricky Purcell, wide receiver for the 49ers, and their first-round pick this year was just shot in a robbery in San Francisco. Wow. Oh. Wow. Was it Madungus? Was he killed? Is he injured? Oh, I know he's injured, but I mean, is he any other word like out for indefinitely, or what's the deal? Wow, that's sad, man. That is sad. Wow. Oh, okay. Welcome, Steve Patterson, and says, let's talk about game 2 when we play Wilson. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. I promise you. It's a prediction show, but we got a couple of topics right before. Madungus follows that up, says, not sure yet, just happened. Wow. Crazy. And then we got Brandon Johnson. He goes to Pittsburgh Steelers along with Russell Wilson, obviously. Brandon Johnson, you think he's a big help to, I mean, they're in the practice squad, but still, you think that's a big help?
No. I mean, unless they have injuries right away, I don't think he's going to do anything for them, right? Practice squad guy. I mean, he was ready to play, obviously, too, but
I got to throw this up there. But Kamani, he's one of our regulars. Kamani Dixon says, my brother Bill and guest. His name is Eric Qualls. He's a huge Bronco fan. He embarrasses me a lot of times when I'm handing out carts, and he goes, do you know who that number is? And I'm like, He just throws it out there and tells me the name. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's a huge Bronco fan, man. So thanks, Kamani. Appreciate it. All right. I'm going to read this, Eric, and I want your comments, okay?
Yeah.
This is on the Broncos' new stadium, okay? Broncos CEO and controlling owner Greg Penner said on last Tuesday, and I quote, we are continuing to evaluate our options when it comes to a new stadium and location. End quote. President of the team, Damani Leach, said about the new stadium, and I quote, I've been getting the stadium question since day one. I think the answer is the same, that it is pretty long process. We're still evaluating everything. Everything's on the table. We'll continue to explore it and make a decision, and at a time that we think makes best sense for us, end quote. The thought of a new stadium could mean changes for the Broncos, like a future Super Bowl game in Denver. Do you think the Broncos would get a new stadium in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, 10 years, absolutely. I was looking at that earlier, and I mean, our contract right now is what, another 7-8 years, 2031, I believe. The amount of money they'd have to spend just to get out of the contract in order to build a new one. I mean, maybe they break ground and start and you just, flow through it, something like that. But the only way you're getting a Super Bowl for sure, I think, is if you go some sort of dome or some sort of coverage that you can bring in. Otherwise, the odds of spending that much money in a Super Bowl, that's why they don't play it in, places either without domes or good weather. Because the billions of dollars that are spent on a Super Bowl to have on a bad day, it's just not going to happen. So unless their plans are to put a dome on it or figure out a way to close it up and open it up, something to that effect, then I don't see it happening Super Bowl wise. But maybe that's the plans. I live out here in LA. SoFi is open aired on both sides. There's this huge, it's completely open, doesn't close up. It's underneath, completely covered. But I mean, the size of, a giant Walmart, if you would, for Penner, is the opening at the top and the air.
Of course, it's owned by the Walton Penner Ownership Group, man.
But it's wide open, so the air flows through there. Maybe they do something like that, so you can still get the effects of the cold weather minus the effects of the snow and the ice and the on the game. But it can still be freezing if they leave a big giant opening side to side like that, which actually would be pretty cool. Still be cold, but never not get wet.
That would be cool. Now, where do you think it'll be located? I mean, it's going to have to be. My opinion is it's between DIA and downtown Denver.
Well, yeah. I mean, it has to be. There's DIA would be kind of a cool choice. They'd leave them obviously an empty, field, if you would, or blank canvas to build whatever they want. Probably a lot less structure, unless they run into the same problems that DIA did, and with burial grounds out there, and the money they'd have to spend to do stuff like that, and then you got to make the whole stadium look like a giant teepee. To appease the natives. I mean, I hope.
Is that why the airport looks like that?
Absolutely. If you walk through there, there's a lot of stories and there's a lot of things on the wall. There's several burial grounds, and that's what they did. They came up to a compromise, and they said they'd build the stadium and add whatever they thought they needed to in order to build it. Yeah.
I did not know that. I was always wondering why it looked like a freaking teepee.
Yeah, no, that's the reasons why. Or that's at least what I heard, what I've read in the past.
Wow.
Yeah, they built the last stadium in the parking lot of the old Mile High. Who's to say they don't? They already have the structure there. They already have, downtown. I don't know if you've ever been to the game out there. I always go. I stay downtown at the Marriott. You get on the tram. You take the tram to the game. Go back to, Lodo, hit some bars, get some fights, avoid the homeless, and then get back to the hotel,
God. That's a trek in itself, man. I've heard some horror stories from people. That's just sad. That's sad. Yeah. No wonder when they do Broncos games and stuff, they only show from the west side to the east, showing the downtown. They don't show anything to the west.
No, they don't. No, yeah. The only thing good the other way is Casa Bonita,
I'm going to bring Kamani gives a shout out to you. He goes, Easy E, welcome.
What's up, brother?
All right, man.
I don't know if you guys saw that. Kim Lee. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, dude. Totally freaking killer. Now, if they put that on my arm, they probably would say it'll only be about $1.50 because they can only put this much on there.
Yeah.
Madunga's father says reports say, talking about the shooting in San Francisco, reports say he is stable condition. Suspect is in custody, but not sure how bad the injury is. That is, my gosh, man. I mean, can I ever do a show? Seriously, whether I have somebody on or I'm by myself, where there's not a jackass of the week. I mean, seriously. I mean,
well, he's in San Francisco. I hate California. I hate California. I love living here. It's beautiful. I love living, where we're at, especially a little pocket of heaven, kind of out here in Temecula. But these are the problems you run in with the amount of people and the governing bodies.
Yep. Talking about the stadium name. How about Sam's Club Stadium?
Hey, might as well own it.
Exactly, man.
Better than a geriatric field,
Rudy was asking me, ask you, Eric, how you got 7.
So my sister used to work at Field of Dreams in the mall where I used to live in Torrance. And actually I have, I think, about 6 of these lying around. I got a couple upstairs in my loft. What we're doing right now is I'm in my gym that used to be an office, and then my dad lived here for a little bit, and we're kind of converting it back.
All good, dude. It's all good. Sorry, just chiming in. Go ahead.
Oh no, he's good, man. So you can see. Let's see. I got a bunch of my jerseys right here still hanging up. We kind of moved stuff out. I have there's my gym right there. Of course, it's orange.
Of course.
Color. And then we're trying to stuff some office stuff in here. So we're eventually going to put it all in here. I have let's see, the entire 1996 Super Bowl football signed by the entire Super Bowl 6 football team. I got another Elway one, a Terrell Davis one, a couple of helmets as well. And eventually we're going to have glass cases around here. So maybe one of these days, and hopefully by the middle of the season, I'll be able to show all my fun stuff.
Nice. I'm just getting so involved in what we're talking about. I keep forgetting to switch things over. This is all still new to me because
you got Kamani Dixon over here talking trash, saying you're an undercover Chargers fan. What he doesn't realize is that out here, there's no such thing as a real Chargers fan because they don't sell out the stadium. The Broncos and Raiders.
It's funny, but Kamani and a couple other guys are all busting my chops because Badungus started out by saying I'm a Chargers fan because I'm always bringing up, Chargers this because my younger sister's a Chargers fan. She was.
Well, they got to realize too, we live in Chargers, area. Where there should be fans, so. Yeah.
So it's funny because they label me as a Chargers fan. Now there is a bet. I'm bringing this out there. There is a bet between myself and myself and Madungus. If the Broncos lose to the Seahawks, he has to do my show solo as Chargers checkdown instead of Broncos breakdown. Now, if the Broncos win, I have to do it.
Oh, funny.
So it's gonna be fun. But it's gonna be
Looks
fun.
like you're gonna be doing it, Bill, because I feel pretty good about that.
That's what he said. That's what everybody said too. Yeah. Okay, so Kamani says, how long has Easy E been a Broncos fan? What was his first game he attended? There you go, bud.
Let's see. So born in Denver, born at St. Luke's, downtown Denver. Moved to California, like I said, when I was 7. My dad worked at the Martin Marietta building out there in the mountains that you guys can see. And he transferred his contract over to Hughes Aircraft, which moved us to Southern California. First game was after I moved to California. We went back. My cousin used to work for the old Mile High Stadium. He was one of the guys who's in charge of watching the baseball field slide in and out in the stands. Nice. So my first game,
the old Mile High, yeah.
The old Mile High. I was, maybe 9 or 10 years old, and he snuck us in hours before the game. We were on the field playing catch, and some of the Broncos came out and started doing warm-ups. It was a night game on a Sunday night. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you who they played. I was so young. And then we went to several after that, an Old Mile High. And then out here in California, I've been to 15, 16 games, against the Chargers. I've been to a few already against SoFi. Been back to Denver. I was there for the loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs. Yeah, back in the day. That was rough. I went to 3 or 4 games that year back when Plummer was playing.
I love Plummer. I thought we should have won that game, man.
Oh, it was a blast, man. I've been to several since then, but it's funny because I've been to all the Charger stadiums more than any Charger fan I know. Because they just, like I said, they're just not a fan. They don't go. Yeah. So.
I love it, man. That was classic, dude. If you don't say anything else, the rest of the show, that was brilliant. We could end the show on that one. I'm happy with that one. Update on the person that was shot in San Francisco. Says Purcell was shot over his Rolex. Oh my God!
Unbelievable.
So it's a robbery then. Robbery. Yeah. God, I hate to hear that. All right, let's go on to now. We talked about the stadium and all that. Let's go on to. I gotta get back here. All right, we're gonna do the main topic, which is the Denver Broncos record predictions. All right, we're gonna go through it one at a time. It'll be game 1 all the way through 17. I'll say mine. I'm going to roll. I'm going to put the team. I'll just put 1, for like the first game, the second game. So 1. And I'll put a W or an L.
There you
go. I'm going to go ahead and start out. I'll be on the odds, which a lot of people think I am odd. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I will say Kamani Dixon starts out by saying Broncos. I'm gonna put this out there. Kamani, Kam, Ani says 11-6. Madungus, I know Mike says 11-6. I can't go there right now. All right, very first one, Denver at Seattle. You know, he didn't put at home or away, but I'm going to try and figure out which one they are. But either way, I know we're at Seattle. Yeah. So I don't see Denver winning that game. And here's the reason. And here's the reason why, Eric. It's Bo Nix's very first NFL regular season counting game on the road in an area where he's familiar with. He played in Oregon. He most undoubtedly played against the Washington State Cougars or the Washington Huskies. Yeah. Okay, that area is very, very memorable to him. I think he's going to have jitters, and the crowd is they call themselves the 12th. Yeah. So I just don't see the Broncos winning that game. Not because I don't want to do a Chargers check down, which I really don't, but besides, I want Denver to win, but I just don't think they will. So I'm putting an L on number one.
I'm opposite. I think the experience that he has up there is the reason why we have the potential to win up there. He's familiar with the weather. He's familiar with the fans. It was loud at Oregon. You know, he's been in those situations down at Auburn, in the SEC, now up here. Here's the thing, man, and you got to tell everybody. I don't know if you tell everybody. I've been saying and preaching and screaming Bo Nix's name for a couple of years now.
Yep,
the fact that we landed him, and then before we even had Sean Payton, been watching this kid, the timing. We had Russ Wilson. I was like, if we're going to add somebody, it's going to be a few years. I had no idea it was going to be a replacement. I thought it would be an addendum, you know, and then eventually he'd take over. But this kid's ready. He's not a kid, right? This man is ready. He's what, a year younger than Wilson, you know, on our team. Even though he likes younger women and Wilson likes the older ones. But I think he's ready. I really, really think this kid's ready to go. And here's the difference. What's been the difference in all of our football games? You know, those close games, that close game to Seattle is we couldn't finish. Mm-hmm. Now we have a quarterback, one, that can see over the offensive line, two, that can throw the ball in the middle and down the field, and three, keeps his eyes up the field constantly instead of, you know, putting his head down, running, and trying to do something silly. This kid's a finisher, man, and I really think that he has the package, the total package for what Denver needs. Is he going to be the greatest quarterback of all time? Who knows? Is he what Denver needs right now with Sean Payton and the way the Denver's set up? There's a reason why we got these big wide receivers. There's a reason why we got these big, giant running backs. We're going to pound the ball right down people's throats. We're going to run play action with this kid, and then he's going to throw the ball upfield.
What do you think about what Duncan says? But wouldn't him playing in Washington make him more comfortable?
Agree completely.
Okay. All right.
And I call that a win. Is it going to be a big win? Who knows? But I call that a win.
Okay. And then Kamai says he loves Bo Nix. He's a smart football player. I know he's a smart football player. I just don't know how he's going to be. I don't know. Right out of the gate. To me, I can't say, okay, that's an automatic win. I just can't do that. I'm going to put you down as a W, Eric.
All right.
Okay. Number 2 is at home against the Steelers. Russell Wilson is coming back home, so to speak, to face the Broncos. I have a feeling he's got a huge chip on his shoulder. He's going to want to make a statement to not only the Sean Payton, but to the organization saying, hey, you should have kept me. It's not me, it's him, it's them, whatever. I say Denver wins this game because it's at home and Bo Nix is going to be comfortable with the crowd. They're going to be quiet when he's, you know, taking the huddle. It's going to be loud when Pittsburgh has it. Excuse me, I hit the mic. Broncos fans are going to boo Russell Wilson every time they can and chant incomplete as loud as they can.
Yeah.
And sack or whatever. I say this is a Bronco win, but I still think that Russell Wilson's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, he has a chip on his shoulder. He's 5'5". I'd have a chip on my shoulder if I played in the NFL and I was short too. Let's just be honest. He's done. He's washed. The fact that they let Fields get so many reps, to see where he was at and begging the gods that Fields would be good, before they finally made the decision. If Russ was going to be their starter and they had the confidence, they would have started him right from the very beginning. They're not confident. Fields had
he is starting though week 1.
Yeah, but Fields had to go throw 4 interceptions to a second-rate,
right,
or a third team in order for them to say that. That's
sure,
how much they wanted Fields to be their guy. So there's no confidence. He's nobody to throw it to. Denver knows how to play him. They're going to go after him. They're going to block up the middle. They're going to force him out of the pocket, and they're just going to, Patrick Surtain's going to eat him alive, man. We got PJ Locke, all these guys that are swarming the field. He's not going to throw it over the middle. We're going to cover the sides, cover the outs, it's an easy win, I think. I think Seattle's a tougher game than Pittsburgh.
Right. Do you agree with Mundungus says Wilson gets benched halfway through and Fields comes in?
You know what? That'd be a great prop bet. I wouldn't, and I.
Man, I bet the whole stadium would stand and cheer.
Well, I don't know if anybody else watches the WWF or WWE. Sorry, with me and my kids, we started watching it recently again. And Rey Mysterio Jr.'s son is a villain. And anytime he goes get the microphone, the stadium yells so loud you can't hear him talk on the mic turned up. I think it's going to be just like that for Russell Wilson. I really do. Yeah. Yeah,
I think so too. All right. Number 3 is yours. Excuse me. I took the. Did I take the Steelers one? I'm sorry. That was yours. Do the Buccaneers. And I believe that's at Tampa Bay. Is that at Tampa Bay?
This is one of those ones, man, where you don't know.
What I need to do is I need to go here. Go ahead and comment.
I got it right here. Hold on. I got you right here, Bill.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, we are at Tampa Bay. Yes.
Okay. So that's an early game. That's an early game. That's 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock Mountain Time.
Yeah, it's funny. Denver, East Coast, morning. Sometimes they have rough games. I think they're worse at night. I don't know if anybody else has felt that way over the last 10 or 15 years that we play poorly at night. This is a toss-up, I feel like. I think Tampa Bay's kind of gone through a restructuring too. I think if there is going to be a loss, I think we're coming off a big high. Got the Jets coming. If we are going to lose, it would be this game.
So you're calling this a trap game?
Yeah, a little bit. Looking for the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, big defense the following week. I think this could be a trap game. I think we could lose this one. I think we might be 2-1 at this point.
So you're saying L?
Yeah, I'm going to call this one an L. I don't like it, but I'm going to call it an L.
I don't like it either, and I'm kind of on the fence with that Buccaneers one. Who's their quarterback? I don't remember.
That's I don't even know who their quarterback is.
Yeah, I can't remember their quarterback, who that is. Kamani said Broncos win 26-17.
Gosh, I mean, I could see that too. I'm not against that, I just don't. Let's see.
Depending on who their quarterback, I can't remember who their quarterback is.
Oh, it's Baker.
Baker. Stephen Patterson just put up Baker. Thank you, Stephen. Really do appreciate it, man. Thanks, bud.
This is my buddy right here, Steve Patterson. Patty, big time Broncos fan.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Mundungus says quarterback for who? We were talking about Tampa Bay. Baker. So that's
So then again, if
Baker
he's going to be hot or cold, you don't know what quarterback's going to come out for them either.
Baker Minshew, he's not all that, is he? Lately,
Baker Mayfield, Minshew.
Baker Mayfield.
No, Baker Mayfield could go out there and throw 450 yards. 6 touchdowns. He could also go out there and get benched at half, like Wilson's going to get benched.
Okay, so you got it WWL. I have it loss, win, and undecided. I'm going to say we came off the win at home. I'll go with the W.
Nice.
I'll go with the W on that. Okay, number 4 is the Jets. This is a huge trap game, in my opinion, and here's why. And I know it's your even number, but I'm going to say this: we don't know what kind of Aaron Rodgers quarterback we're going to get. Is it pre-injury, post-injury, current injury? Meaning current, meaning he just can't get back to the form that he was. Okay. That being said, does Nathaniel Hackett make Aaron Rodgers better? Because remember, we lost to the Jets last year. without Aaron Rodgers? Do we lose to the Jets this year with Aaron Rodgers? That's my question.
Oh,
And that's at New York, right?
yeah, I believe so. Yep, at New York again. So yeah, 2 away games.
Right.
Gosh,
2 East
man.
Coast. So I say this.
East Coast.
I hate
It's
to
rough.
say it. Go ahead.
Well, here's the deal. Hackett's a joke. I think Hackett. I mean, we obviously saw who Hackett really was when he came over. He just doesn't know how to head coach. But
He's
he doesn't
good
know how
at
to head coach.
offensive
He
coordinator.
might be a great offensive coach, just like Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips could not be a head coach, but one of the best defensive coordinators of all time. Yeah, this is tough. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come out. I think this might be a loss too. I really hate to say it, but yeah, this is going to be tough. If the Jets are at home, maybe it's a little bit different, some home field, but yeah, I'm going to call this one a loss too.
All right, look what Kamani said. Jets 27, Broncos 17. This is a game that Bo Nix wants to forget. You know?
I hope not. But they got a defense, man. Don't, you know. Jets offense is overrated. I don't know about their defense, you know.
Yep. All right. So you got them as a loss. I also have them as a loss. So now I'm 2-2 and you're 2-2 for different reasons. All right. Now we move to number 5, which is the Raiders. That's at Denver. I know that because Mundungus is going to that game. So that's at Denver. We haven't beat the Raiders since I think 1925.
Yes, sure. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? Oh, it's on. We're not losing to the Raiders. We're not losing the Raiders at all this season.
No.
The Raiders, they're a joke. And I know they got their coach and they're all happy and blah, blah, blah. They played for him because they just wanted what's his name out last season. And they pushed. We are winning this game and it's not going to be close.
Wow. Mundungus has them 5-0 after this game. I can't go for that. Kamani says Mike said Broncos 30, Raiders 16.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. My brother-in-law said to Mundungus he done bumped his head saying 5-0. I agree. All right.
Well, here's the thing, man. I don't think he did. There's a huge possibility Sean really believes in Bo. Our defense, I don't think is falling off like everybody thinks. I think we let people go that didn't fit into the system that's being played right now. Vance Joseph is another coordinator that should never be a head coach. A very good defensive coordinator. Look what he did with Arizona in 2 years. Turned them from a horrible defense to a solid defense that can keep teams from scoring multiple touchdowns in a game. There's a possibility we go 5-0. I would love that. Now, I'm honestly, I'm the guy that usually hypes it up and always says that. My best friend, Jonathan Brooks, he's the other way. He's glass half empty kind of guy all the time because he wants to be happy if you don't, I'm the other way. There is a huge possibility we're 5-0 or 4-1. But if, you pick these games, you think, what's going to happen, what could happen, traveling, all the other things, you got to give it to them. So.
All right. So let's go to number 6. Which is the
look who just signed on, my buddy Jonathan Brooks.
Oh, there you go. Bring him up. There you go.
What's up,
Give
Jonathan?
A shout out to him, man.
What's up, big dog? This literally best friends for a long time now. Met out here in California. He's the biggest Bronco fan I know. I'm the one. We're gonna win, and he's he wants to be and he'll admit it. He loves it. And we go back and forth, but he grounds me. Let's put it that way.
Yep, and that Mundungus said the same thing. It sounds like Mundungus and me.
Yeah, there it is.
The ends of a battery, positive, negative. Yep.
Honestly, yeah, you're right. With the way Bill sounds today, especially.
That's messed up, dude. That's messed up. All right, number 6 is the Chargers. What do you say? And I don't know if that's home or away.
I think that's the one at home. And this is funny. I have a thing about it. I want to go back and change my Tampa Bay pick now because I don't think
Chargers. You want to change your Tampa Bay one to win?
Well, here's the reason why. I don't think we're going to be 2-3 at this point. But there's something about playing the Chargers at home and playing the Chargers out here. The Broncos beat the Chargers in California constantly. They have a thing about coming out here and whooping them. And if anybody's been to the game, I don't know if you've been to Bill, it's San Diego or Carson.
Oh,
or
yeah,
SoFi.
I've been there.
They are more like three. It's probably 3-1 Broncos fans too, and it's loud. The INT after or incomplete after the incomplete passes is loud. My buddy Jonathan's out there, yelling at the players to be better. He had who was our kicker? McManus. Steaming for missing field goals, because he was putting him on the right path. This is the guy who used to be in my phone. He has a Chargers jersey that he wears to the Bronco Chargers games, and it says it's a number 0, and the name is Super Bowls. So, yeah, I wish I could share a picture. It's fantastic, fantastic.
That is great, man.
He's been to more Bronco Charger games than anybody I know. So,
wow.
But in Denver, there's something weird about it. Herbert, I think, really wants to come back and beat us. He's got something to prove. Everybody keeps saying that Bo Nix is, better than him, or Herbert 0.2. I think the Chargers probably take this one in Denver. It's going to be close though. I think it's going to be close.
All right, you give an L.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Unfortunately,
I'm coming off a win against the Raiders, as well as you are.
At this point. Yeah.
I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say back-to-back. I'm going to say back-to-back wins at home.
Nice.
Against AFC West. I'm going there. I know I'm going there. I don't know what my record is. I haven't looked at it. But all right, next one is the Saints. This is where I feel Broncos lose to an inferior team on paper, because Sean Payton and Madungus Creevy, and I've talked about this earlier today before we went on the air. Sean Payton is going back home to the Saints that he coached all those years, and the fans, and the Super Bowl, and the love, and the tribute, and the welcome back, coach, whatever they do, kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that his mindset is not going to be 100% sharp and focused to call the plays for the Broncos to win this game. I'm going back, and the reason why I say that is going back to Peyton Manning when he went back to Indy, and I know that the defense wasn't the best defense at the time, and the offensive line, whatever. Peyton Manning looked good, but it wasn't what Denver needed. I got to step away. I got to let I'm watching dogs. I got to let the dog out. Go ahead and take this. What do you think?
I also said who? Who?
Oh, New Orleans.
No, who? Let the dogs out. He just fell for it.
I'm sorry. Who? What?
Let the dogs out.
Oh, who? Duh.
Anyone else left messing with Bill like I do?
Yeah, everybody messes with me all the time. All right.
So
anyway.
here's the deal. You're talking players. I get it. We're not talking players. We're talking coaches, and we're talking arguably could end up being top 10 coach of all time, right?
Okay.
Do you remember what Chucky did? What's his name? John Gruden, when he went back and played the Raiders in the Super Bowl when he went to Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah.
He knew everything about them. He knew what they're going to do. He knew their tendencies. Yeah, I think Sean Payton is going to have the Broncos so ready to play against the Saints that I'll call this a win. I really. Oh,
all
yeah.
Right. All right. I called it a loss just for the reasons I stated. All right. Let's move on to the Carolina Panthers. And guess who's on the Panthers?
Nobody.
No, the Broncos linebacker.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
What's
not
his
Josie
name?
Jewell, is it?
Yeah, Josie Jewell.
Yeah, Josie Jewell. I saw
so
that.
So he's going to have a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, dude, I love Josie Jewell. He was great. But he's not great, right? And he's on an inferior team with a bad defense. He's not going to, tackle everybody every time. Even though, like I said, one of the guys I love watching play. But Carolina can't do anything. They don't even.
That's at Carolina, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Is it at Carolina? No, it's in Denver. So.
Oh, it's in Denver. Okay.
In Denver, yeah. No, I don't think Carolina's going to come out here and do much of anything. I really don't.
Going back to the Saints.
And who's going to start for them? Who do you think is going to start?
I don't know. Going back to the Saints real quick. 24-23. Kamani says Saints. I don't know who their quarterback is. Madungus says 8-0. Come on, dude. Madungus, man, did you fall down and hit your head? Because you said 11-6. So I got you down for 11-6. Kamani says Broncos 35, Panthers 9.
Oh, yeah. I heard it wrong.
35-9. Wow.
Absolutely. So yeah, Bryce Young, Andy Dalton, Chuba Hubbard is, and yes, Jonathan, I'll take that trade. You get Chuba. Yeah, dude, no, I think we're fine. It's just nobody. Deontay Johnson, he's a threat, but Bryce Young, he didn't look that good that year. Adam Thielen, he's on his last legs. I don't even know.
Adam Thielen went to Carolina?
He went there last year, too. And exactly. You didn't even know because he didn't do anything.
Right.
Defense, they got an old Jadeveon Clowney, Shaq Thompson. Josie's over there starting. Yeah, man, that defense is going to stop us. We're good.
All right. I give a W on that as well. Number 9 is the Baltimore Ravens. No freaking way are we beating Baltimore in Baltimore. No freaking way.
That's going to be the biggest test so far.
I do not see that happening at all.
Yeah.
Look who's number 10. We got the Ravens and the Chiefs back to back.
Yeah, but what was the thing last year with the Chiefs, man? It was the last we beat them one, finally breaking that record. And then also we almost beat the last 2 years. We've been in every game with the Chiefs. I wish I had a little computer just to tell somebody to go type it out for me. But I feel like we've lost to the Chiefs by 7 or less points the last 2, maybe 2.5 years. And again, we couldn't finish because we didn't have a finisher, calling shots, and we didn't have a coach that could coach. Dude, go back. Do you remember Nathaniel Hackett calling timeouts? How many games did we lose with 2 and 3 timeouts still on the board? That's not going to happen with Sean Payton. He has his crew. He has his guys in there. Are we going to lose to the Baltimore Ravens? Probably. The Chiefs, don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised.
Are you saying so?
L to the Ravens for sure.
So the Ravens are at L. The Chiefs, and is that at home or on the road?
That's on the road.
Oh, yeah, because home is the last game. That's right. All right. I got that.
I'm going to say the same thing, man.
Hold on.
We beat them.
Keep talking. I got that up in the dark. Go. All right. All right. Go ahead.
We beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. At Arrowhead.
What?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
Coming off a big loss. They're going to be
Can you show me what's in that cup? Because I got a feeling that, dude.
I'll tell you what, Bill, when we win, I'm looking at some of this right here.
There you go. You're showing it off now, buddy.
Let's go.
There you go.
Right? All right. When we win.
Oh, man.
See, you get me pumped up. You and my buddy Jonathan, man. Makes me want to put stuff
in. Dude. Stan, come on. I want to see that, man. Stan, let me see that.
It's just a little. Everybody's got them now.
Dude.
Camera. Let's get a camera. Let's go.
Sweet, man. That's cool, dude. That's cool. Okay, so you got a number 10, which is the Chiefs. You got a W?
I got a W. Yep.
All right, I got a loss. It's an Arrowhead. They're Super Bowl champions. All right, number 11, or game 11, Falcons. That's with Kirk Cousins, former Vikings scorer, and it hurts me to say this, Justin Simmons.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Simmons. Something's going on. We don't know. Is he hurt? Is he done? Is it an ankle? Is it that? Was it the coach's thing? Did Vance Joseph not want him? Did they have bad blood after, did he run Vance Joseph out of there? What happened there? But I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is there's a lot of talent, on that roster. Bijan Robinson, he can run. We've always had a problem with runners like him. Wide receiver Drake London. I'm not worried about the passing too much. I think they're going to run it on us. Kyle Pitts, the tight end's obviously a threat to us. But
read that.
Are you going, Jonathan? Let's go.
There you go, man. He says, I'm going to be at the Falcon game. I'd love to get that.
Come get it, brother. Aren't you coming out next month? He lives in Idaho. He used to live out here. It's yours.
So you think that's a loss?
Gosh, that's a toss-up. Man,
you want me to
a couple games before he made these predictions.
You want me to just skip that? We'll come back at the end.
Yeah, let's come back at the end. Let's see what our record looks like, and then.
All right. On to number 12, which is the Raiders again, this time at Vegas.
Yeah, we're not losing to the Raiders this year. I'm set on that. We're not losing to the Raiders.
We're not losing Raiders?
No. Gardner Minshew
sure?
is the best backup starting quarterback in the NFL right now, you know? Yeah. The new coach, I think there's going to be some learning curves for them. They're going to come out hot. They're going to come out pumped, but that's not enough, you know? Being really excited to play football isn't enough to win football.
All right. You got a W on them. I'll give a W too, just because they're the Raiders. Number 13 is Jerry Jeudy and the Cleveland Browns at Denver.
See, this is a tough game. Cleveland's tough, man. The fantasy football again, number one defense, ranked defense right now. Who's Watson going to be? You know, who was he last year? That's what it boils down to. It really does. Watson comes out and he's even 75% of the guy he was in Houston. Then then it's Browns all day. I mean, they have a chance, I think, to come out of the AFC. They really do, depending on the play of Watson. You know, but that's a big.
Well, what about Jerry Jeudy? You think he adds depth?
I have no idea what that roster is going to look like right now because, like I said, if you play fantasy football, Jerry Jeudy was so far down the list. You know, I was scrolled down, went to the bathroom, took a dump, came back, and I was still scrolling before I got to him because they just don't believe in him. And if they don't believe in him there, how are we supposed to believe in him, you know?
Yeah, true. Good point. Good point. All right, so you got that a win?
But again, I really think Watson's going to come back this year, though. He was kind of horrible last year. Nick Chubb's getting old. Gosh, Amari Cooper, Jeudy. I mean, they have Jeudy as I'm looking at the depth right now. They have him starting wide receiver 2 over Elijah Moore. So Njoku's questionable. Depends on then. Gosh, but he gets hurt a lot too. Gosh, you know what? I'm going to beat Eric, and I'm going to say, yeah, that's a win. We'll get them.
That's a win?
That's a win.
I say a loss.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Game 14, the Colts, I believe at home. Am I correct?
Let's see. Colts are, at Broncos.
Okay. That's a W automatically. Colts are nobody.
Whoa. That's a dangerous team, man.
Why?
Because they have probably the best running back in football right now. You know, and if
but we've shored up our run games substantially.
With who?
What do you mean with who?
You tell me.
With our line. I mean, didn't you see the preseason games? I mean, there were some.
I was playing against second and third string.
Well, true. That's true.
Gosh,
who's their starting quarterback?
That's what I'm looking at. Well, if Richardson's healthy by then it's going to be tough because he was turning out to be a great quarterback last year. Gosh, let's see, Anthony Richardson, Michael Pittman Jr.'s touchdowns. Oh gosh, yeah, no, I think that's a win. I think Jonathan Taylor, though, man, it's gonna be hard.
Jonathan Taylor is good, yes.
Joe Flacco's their backup. If Richardson's
former
healthy,
Bronco,
I think it's gonna be harder than you think.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be harder than you think.
Well, we lost to the Colts in the preseason. We beat the Colts in the preseason.
Well, we beat the remnants of the Colts, you know.
Well, true.
I hate winning every game in the preseason too. I'll be honest with you. I hate winning every game in the preseason.
Oh yeah,
because it just doesn't tell you anything. You know, when the years we won the Super Bowl, I feel like we were always losing preseason.
Kamani said
it's going to be a close game. I think this is
that's what Kamani said. It's going to be a close game.
But I think we have the team and the talent to win. So, gosh, call it a win. I'm really looking into these. I'm looking at rosters.
Okay, win. I say a win too. All right, number 15. Number 15 is the Chargers.
Oh, it's a guaranteed win.
At Denver.
It's a win. No. It's at San Diego or at LA, wherever they're from.
Oh, that's LA. Oh, that's a W. Yeah. We got. It's a home game. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Denver wins in LA. That we've been.
Yeah, it's a home game.
Yeah, it's a great game. Yeah,
it's a home game for sure. All right, number 16 is the Bengals.
Well, here you go. Here's a team that, should be vying for the Super Bowl every single year.
I say that's a loss for me. I don't even have to think about it.
Coming off
Bengals.
the Chargers.
Huh? What you talking about?
He went the other way. Wow, look at that.
Oh, he went upset.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals too. I mean,
but
they got
again, it's another trap game. You're coming off the big win in LA. You're flying it back, not quite East Coast. You're going back east. It's probably going to be cold. It's going to be a running game, which, I think we're going to be pretty good. See how Mixon's doing. But we're going to be looking towards, and I think this is a big thing. I have us at 10-5 right now before the Bengals game, right? 10-5 going in. And the reason being, so the reason I'm saying this and even looking, 10-5 going in, and it's cold and snowy. We're going to look past it because I think that last game of the season in Denver against the Chiefs could be for the, to win our division.
Playoffs?
No, to win our division.
Wow.
I think it'd be more than just that. I think it's good. The Chiefs, they started off slow last year. They're beatable. Now, they're an amazing team at the end of the season. They're complete opposite of the Chargers. They get better. The Chargers get worse. But that's going to be the game. I think we're going to look past the Bengals. I think we're going to lose that game. So I think we're 10-6 at this point. And then.
So you're saying against the Bengals we lose?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the last game, like you said, the very pivotal game, the last home game of the season, the last game of the season at home against the defending Super Bowl, two-time defending Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
What does this game mean, not only to the Broncos country, but to the organization and to the next step moving forward? Where do we go? Is this a win, a loss?
I think it's everything, man.
Are we in the playoffs?
I think it's everything. Well, I think we're in the playoffs no matter what. We're 10-6, even at 10-7. I think we're in the playoffs. Man, for the division win, God, I'd love to say we're going to win this game, man. But the Chiefs are so good in January, February, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I need Jonathan and Steve to chime in on this one for me. These are my two guys. If they're still on there, can you see if they're on? Is everybody
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to chime in with them. I say this is a Chiefs game at home. I have the Broncos going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins right now to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses. Now we haven't done number 11, which is the Falcons. But so I'm 8-7 right now. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is a home game at Denver. It's the last game of the season. It's against the division rival, the defending Super Bowl champions twice. I said Denver gets a win.
Yeah. You know what? I say we win, man. I say this is our year.
Now we got to go back to number 11, which is the Falcons. None of us.
I think I gave us the win. I think I accidentally screwed it up, but
you said
I feel like we're going to win that game.
Win against the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're 11-6. I think it's wrapped up.
I've got a loss, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like I said, I thought we were going to go 9-7 or 9-8. I mean, and you got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right, 12. No, I have it 11-6, so I must have put a loss for the Falcons. I'm at 11-6, so I must have put a loss for the Falcons. Yeah, let's call that one a loss. I think 11-6. Falcons, I think, might be there again, a trap game.
Okay, that's what. Let's go down the list here. Madungus wraps it up with 11-6. You're right there with him. He's 11-6. Let's see anybody else chime in with any.
Come on,
anybody else out there chime in on the chat and post your finals. We'd like to get them down. I'll write them down.
Well, Kamani's already said that he thinks the Chiefs aren't going to play their starters. I disagree because I think we're going to be playing for the
division?
home field, for the division, which is also home field at that point. So if they come in with their starters, that's where it's going to be tough. But man, I really think we got the Chiefs number. I think we've just been so close, you know. I mean, the
and then we beat them last year.
Yeah,
you know. He throws up by saying he's assuming Denver has some injuries after the Ravens game and dropped some games because of it.
Yeah, wouldn't doubt it. It's gonna be tough, man. Well, and that's the thing, right? Isn't that what everything says? Is it's injuries.
12-5. Rudy says 12-5. There you go. There's a lot of people out there. I still say 9-8. I just see a lot of close games like you do, but I don't know, man. You got to.
I think we win those close games this year. I think Bo Nix is look at the running game. Look at our skill positions. We have 205 to 220 pound running backs. They're all in the mid fours, for speed. They're all beasts. 2 uninjured. One, Javonte coming off. He was good last season, but the season before. And then, dude, Sutton. Gosh, we have such good receivers. Young, fast, big bodies. You see the tight end we just picked up too. From the Chargers, they let him go. He's on the practice squad. Big cat. Can't think of his name right now. And then Dulcich, if he stays healthy. If we stay healthy, if we stay healthy, yeah, I think we win that. We're 11-6. We win the division and possibly first round bye.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Eric, we're approaching the 1 hour mark. I so thank you so much for being on. Your knowledge, your Bronco history, you're just Broncos country through and through. I mean,
100%.
If you can't tell, guys, just look at his forearm. Go back to the very beginning of the show and just look at his forearm. There you go.
It is.
I mean, come on. He's got the old school D and he's got the new horse. I mean, come on, man.
I have proof that I'm the first one to do it too. On my Instagram page, if you go look for it, it's EQ4 EVA. You'll see that I got this done in 2013, and then all the copycats were done after.
Look, man, you already got fans for being on here. Kamai says enjoyed you, Easy Bronco E. There you go.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Kamai's a good dude, man. Good dude. Eric, before we wrap this up, any final comments? What are you most excited about in week 1 of the Broncos Seahawks game?
So I changed my name for I've had a fantasy football name for years now, and I kept the same one. My new name this year was Big Nick's Energy. And if you know what that comes from, I'm a huge fan of Bo Nix. I'm a huge fan. We got a quarterback. First time in Denver started a rookie quarterback since John Elway. Yep. First time we started a rookie quarterback that we drafted ever, I believe.
Yep, ever.
Sean Payton's excited about him. Denver said the thing. They have us at 5.5 wins, in Vegas. I love it. I love being the underdog. When we're the
Put $100 on that, dude.
Oh, I already did, man. I got lots of money all over the board for Denver. We're at 15,000 plus 15,000 for the Super Bowl, and I didn't bet on that. But that's a waste of 100 at this point. But no, I'm excited for Knicks, man. I'm excited to see what the running game does. I'm excited for some good coaching finally. I'm just excited for some old school good Denver football. Yep. Yeah, I like Rookie of the Year too. I really believe that. Caleb Williams is gonna have a rough time up there. People are shooting for him, so and he's a running quarterback. He's gonna get hurt. Bo Nix is a pocket guy that runs second. So yeah, Bo Nix has a great year. Say 4,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and then add to that another 500 yards rushing. So
you going to any games this year?
We have some plans. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to the Charger game out here at SoFi. Try to make it to Denver. It's been rough with some of my medical situation right now. Right. Traveling's rough for me right now. But if I can get to at least to that one game, I'll be excited.
Nice, dude. Nice. All right, man. All right, we're gonna check out of here. What I always go back to the chat and just make mention of everybody that's been in there. I mean, if they're gonna take the time to be here, especially on Saturday, long weekend Saturday, I gotta recognize them. Batting leadoff was my brother-in-law, Rudy Torres. Thank you so much, man. Followed up by Madungus Creevy. Steve Patterson is in there and batting third. Great. Kamani Dixon batting cleanup. Scroll on down. We get, I don't know if there's too many. There's a couple more.
Steve Patterson and Jonathan Brooks. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it. I sent them the link right before, and they jumped on. I love it.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's awesome. I'll get to that name real quick. Like I said, Steve Patterson. Then we got come on down, Bill. Where is it? It is Jonathan Brooks. Thank you so much, man, for jumping in. Glad that that you're part of the show. Really do appreciate it. Each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for taking the time out. Really do appreciate it. Saturday, because
thank you, veterans. Anybody a veteran? Thank you.
Absolutely. Hats off to you, my friend. Hats off to you. Thank you so much.
Care, brothers.
Yeah, you bet.
That's what I share.
And then, so as we head out here, just want to say once again, each and every one of you have a very, very safe Labor Day weekend, and enjoy all the rest of the shows upcoming this week, Monday through Friday. My show next week. Next Friday, I'll be back home where I normally am, as opposed to where I am now. Just want to thank each and every one of you guys. Like I say, every week, without you guys, this show would be nothing. You guys are the backbone. Really do appreciate it. Once again, Eric, thank you so much for being on the show. You're the bomb, dude. Appreciate you. Let's do it again. If you're willing, let's do it again.
Heck yeah.
I would love it.
Anytime my son doesn't play football on Fridays, I'll be there.
You got it, man. Or I'll switch it to Saturday, whatever it is, man.
DB4L,
all right, guys.
Baby. Let's go.
Until next Friday, we will talk to you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up.